Let's go, let's go, let's go. First video, talk the most, Don Vito, you know. Just wanted to start uh something new for me, you know, do a little bit of my own little thing that I do. But I guess I'm gonna just be honest, this is my first time doing this, so if I act shy or act like say a lot, that's a problem. But let's go. Listen, I'm here to talk about the topics of what we're going through in life because everybody is going through something. Today's date is October 8th, 2024. It's approximately 9:10 in the morning, and I decided to pick up and do videos of what's going on around in this world today. I have to talk better, man. I have stumbled over my words a lot, so if I mess up, don't laugh at me. Well, you can because it's gonna happen. I mumble a lot, so trying to get better, man. Just bear with me. Everything will get better in time. But back on subject, man. We're gonna talk about Kamala, how she's been lying about everything, how she gave $1.1 billion to the immigrants under the Joe Biden Harris whole scheme of things, everything that's going on, the aftermath of the Helen and Florida is getting prepared, man, for this Milton hurricane, and it's going to be crazy. I think this is going to be the biggest one of all. I think it's going to run through Tampa. I think it's going to do Florida bad, man. And, we just need to pray for our people because what's going on in this world is not right. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people is focused on what's going on the celebrity side when I think they need to be focused on what's really going on in real life because it's getting crazy, man. All these hurricanes and the storm and everything, these strikes and everything what's going on, man. Inflation, just, everything in life in general. So my thing is that be here to help y'all to see better. Maybe open up your eyes a little, because a lot of people is talking about Kamala. I'm not really with Trump either, but I'm not with Kamala at all because, man, just pay attention. If you pay attention, pay attention. Come on, man. Let's go. Like I said, this is a new video for me, and if I tend to mess up, don't worry about it. So we're going to get into it, all right? All right, let's go.
Gulf Coast of Florida bracing for yet another massive hurricane, now a Cat 5, barreling again towards the Tampa area and the west coast of Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis, he will join us more on the important hurricane prep that is now underway. Unlike Kamala and Joe, they actually stage 30,000 utility vehicles and water and food and medicine and supplies, something that Kamala and Joe can learn from. And tonight, Governor DeSantis will respond to Kamala Harris politicizing this hurricane. Also, our very own Sarah Carter, she is in the toughest areas hit in North Carolina with Hurricane Helene, struggling to recover in North Carolina 11 days after.
Man, look at this. I made a couple of videos on Facebook where there's people stuck in their house underwater to their necks. They said it was bodies floating inside the water right in front of people's houses, man. Like, this is crazy. They said no government, the federal government was not there to help. Nobody was there to help, man. This is like crazy, man. What's going on? And they say FEMA is going to run out of money. They got $20 billion at the beginning of the year. They get $20 billion every year. And they only gave $1.1 billion to the immigrants. So where's the rest of the money? I mean, I'm just asking questions, man. I'm not going to say it's true or not, but somebody's stealing some money somewhere.
We're going to check in with those victims. They do have a message for Kamala and Joe. That's straight ahead tonight. And also tonight, 97 hostages, including 4 Americans, remain somewhere in Gaza. 1 year after the October 7th terror.
Now, this is what I wanted to really talk about World War III, because I think we're already in war right now. They're just going to not tell us we're at war because America's not in war, or like I said, I was going to stumble over my words. The United Nation is not in the war yet, but I mean, it's coming, man. They're shooting bombs at Russia over there, and Putin's talking about nuclear. It's just so much stuff going on, man, right now before the election. And we have, 29 more days before they try to vote somebody in? I mean, come on, man. What are we going to do?
Attack on Israel. It's now a forefront war against Israel. 1,200 people brutally murdered by Hamas, others raped and kidnapped and tortured and beheaded. And by the way, including women and young children. Adjusted for population, what happened 1 year ago today, that is the equivalent of 40,000 Americans killed in a single day. Will somebody tell Joe and Kamala? Anyway, but during one of her famous word salads, Kamala Harris couldn't bring herself to even back the Israeli prime minister, the only democracy in the region, our biggest ally in the region, and his war against radical Islamic terrorists that are still holding Americans hostage. Watch this.
Do we have a real close ally in Prime Minister?
Now, I want you to pay attention how she dances around questions, how she doesn't answer them fully. Just pay attention, man. We have to start paying attention to this woman, because, I mean, how your mama would act. You know how your grandma would act. I mean, do you think this woman is black? I mean, I understand she was she was raised in politics, and she was a district attorney, then a senator. But I mean, do you really think this woman is black? Just pay attention.
Mr. Netanyahu.
I think, with all due respect, the better question is, do we have an important alliance between the American people and the Israeli people? And the answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll have much more of Kamala's disastrous CBS interview straight ahead. And get this, after weeks and weeks and 70-plus days of hiding from even her closest friends in the state-run media mob, Kamala Harris now all of a sudden is going to participate in a number of interviews this week. They're all really hard-hitting. Now, every one of these, well, there'll be infomercials, friendly interviews.
Like the interview she just did with I forgot, the sex talk show. What was it called? Hey, daddy, how daddy? I don't know. It's something called something, man. He's going to say it, though. Just pay attention. He's going to say it.
Let's see, CBS. Oh, the ladies of The View. The sadly, newly, extremely woke Howard Stern, the guy that now thinks that every Trump supporter is stupid. The only thing that would make you stupid is if you were a Howard Stern fan and you still listen to him at this point. If he thinks you're stupid, why would you listen to him? And a podcast named Call Her Daddy. That's a big one. And Stephen Colbert, who loves to kiss her ass. Now take a look at your screen. These outlets are never going to ask, any of these people never ask the questions about her radical, extreme, and frankly dangerous record and her failures in office. There will be no real vetting of Kamala, no real questions in any of these appearances, none whatsoever. I hate Donald Trump. I hate Donald Trump more. You hate Donald Trump? Yeah, I hate Donald Trump. You hate Donald Trump? That's what the interviews will be. Make no mistake, there is one huge reason, and only one reason, that Kamala is now going on and doing any interviews. Her internal poll numbers have got to be horrendous. Now, meanwhile, the publicly available poll numbers from the most
Trump is winning everywhere. He took over Pennsylvania. I'm in Pennsylvania. He really took over Pennsylvania.
They're not great for Kamala Harris. She is down in multiple polls in Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. The race is even tight in Virginia, where Kamala holds a slight lead. A brand new Yahoo News poll shows Trump surging nationwide. They have a general election right now. That's the overall election. not any particular state, tied at 47-47. Poly market, in other words, the betting markets, they track betting odds. They had Trump down for weeks and weeks. Now Trump is at an
Look how
all-time
many
high in
states he done took
Pennsylvania
over.
and close to an
Blue
all-time high
states.
nationwide. His lead
Man,
is up
Trump is
to 8.6%.
Trump is looking like a hero,
Rasmussen
man.
found only
He's really looking
34%
like a
of our
hero for
country
some
believe the
folks.
country's headed in the right direction under Harris-Biden. It is even lower in a recent NBC poll at 28%. And now it appears that with just 29 days until Election Day, early voting now in many states going on as a public service. That is available on Hannity.com, how to register, when early voting starts and stops. Harris is desperately trying to make up ground. That's why she's finally doing friendly interviews. But, lapping it up with, Trump hater Howard Stern, those hard-hitting, interviewers on The View, and Stephen Colbert, who's dull as dirt, or the Call Me Daddy podcast, while millions of Americans are suffering the devastating effects of Hurricane Helene and another major hurricane on the way is, well, not exactly the best look for the vice president when she and Joe Biden have been completely missing in action. In fact, it's downright heartless. Take a look.
Made you want to do Call Her Daddy today? Well, I think you.
Oh, this is what it's called right there. Call a daddy, call daddy today, or call daddy something. She was on this sex talk show. Wow. All these people in Asheville, North Carolina is going through all this disaster, hurricane stuff, where they can't get food, they're trapped in the woods, it's so much going on. This woman is sitting here at this podcast show, Hello Daddy sex talk show, saying God knows what. I don't know. Tell me. You tell me. Let's go. Let's pay attention.
And your listeners have really got this.
You shouldn't have been there. None of us should have been there.
Communicate with people is to be real.
And she was giggling a lot during the podcast. We don't know the truth about the death toll in North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida. We don't know yet. All these Americans have been abandoned. She's doing Howard Stern, Colbert, The View, and Call Me Daddy. Supplies haven't been delivered. They're now being delivered by neighbors and Samaritan's Purse, in some cases by horse and by mule. Joe is out there just flat out lying. Joe Biden said on Friday, everything that people need. They got everything that they need, and everybody is happy.
Joe is a lie.
Not true. Take a look.
He's a liar.
What are the states that
Look at this. He lied too. He don't even know.
Okay. What are the states?
Hold on. Wait. Let me pause this. Pay attention. This man doesn't even know what storm, what hurricane is going on, anything right now. This man is so living into the world. He doesn't even know what's going. Everybody's taken care of. Yeah, they got everything they need. Who the fuck? I don't even. Let me. Who has what they need? Who has what they need? These people is on TikTok. These people is making videos. These people are sharing what they are going through and telling us that the federal government is not there. So why would this man sit here and just lie like that? Man, I don't understand. I really don't. I really don't.
Need after what you saw today. Oh, in the storm zone. Yes, sir. I'm saying what storm you're talking about. They're getting everything they need, and they're very happy across the board.
They're getting everything they need. They're very happy. Federal rescue operations have been slow. They have been disjointed, nearly non-existent.
Correct.
According to Biden's DHS secretary, FEMA, he's saying is out of money after the Emergency Management Agency spent $1 billion of your dollars to feed and house Biden unvetted illegal immigrants. Border czar Kamala Harris.
Remember, $1.1 million.
Meanwhile, the top two stated priorities of FEMA are diversity, equity and inclusion, and climate change. Okay, I think their priorities are screwed up. You would think that the emergency management would be the top of the list and helping every American in need. You think they would have the money available, especially in light of how much money they give all these other countries, but not under Kamala's so-called leadership. And today, Kamala was most focused on trashing Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis for daring to criticize the administration's response. Take a look at this.
The other point I'd make is that there's a lot of mis and disinformation being pushed out there by the former president.
Look, this is what she tried to do to Trump. She's been trying to talk about Trump the whole time. Any interview, anything, she always brings up Trump. Everything. They just try to make Trump look so bad. And to the people, he's looking like a hero right now, man. I don't know what y'all thinking. I don't know what y'all seeing, what I'm seeing, but I'm seeing he's looking like a hero. And this woman, Kamala Harris, is looking dumber and dumber. She's looking dumber and dumber every day. I mean, pay attention. I mean, look at her. Just watch what she says. Watch what she says. Nothing to what she's going to do to help with the people that's going through the hurricane problem. Nothing about what's going on with the hurricane coming up. Nothing about nothing. But it's just sickening.
Available in particular to the survivors of Helene. And first of all, it's extraordinarily irresponsible. It's about him. It's not about you. And the reality is that FEMA has so many resources that are available to folks who desperately need them.
$750.
Kamala, you've been MIA. Joe's been MIA. You're lying and saying everybody's fine, everybody's been taken care of, and everybody's happy. Mayorkas says you're bankrupt. FEMA's website said you gave $1 billion to your illegal immigrants. You're not doing your job by going on the, Call Me Daddy website. Only about $4 million, that's it, was dispensed from FEMA, and it took them a week to show up. Thousands upon thousands of Americans have lost absolutely everything. They're using horses and mules, but not helicopters and government planes in our military. Entire towns washed away, roads, highways, bridges, they are closed indefinitely. Power, clean drinking water, still in short supply. The level of suffering has been immense, and you have done nothing.
This is crazy.
And here's what Kamala was posting on X.
This is just crazy. The amount of things that they need down there that Florida already has ready for this hurricane coming, Milton. The federal government should have sent, like I know truckers, okay? My stepdad, he's a trucker, okay? There should have been so many loads going to North Carolina before and after, generators, water, anything, tents, tarps, anything that they need to be down there, that they need, sandbags, everything that they need to help them during this hurricane. Florida is already prepared to go through this storm, Milton. And I don't understand, if they get through it and it's bad, is FEMA going to be there? We don't know. This is crazy, man. Like, we really got to get in tune with this, because this is crazy what's going on. And they will lie to us. They will tell us anything for us to believe. They want you to work 24 hours a day so you don't even know what's going on. Just pay attention, man. What's going on in this world?
2 days ago, look at this, quote, "The people of Lebanon are facing an increasingly dire humanitarian situation. I am concerned about the security and well-being of civilians suffering in Lebanon and will continue working to help me."
You see that? She's worried about people in Lebanon. And we're sitting here going through hell. She's worried about them people over there, and we're sitting. That's why I said, how can this woman even be? How can you even vote for this woman when she don't even care? She doesn't even care. It's like you guys are not paying attention to what's going on. It's just because you've been Democrat, your parents was Democrat, and your parents' parents was Democrat, your grandma parents was Democrat. It just, come on, man, pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on, because if you don't, we're going to be facing a lot of more trouble than what we're in right now. It could come to a coup. It could come to a martial law. Anything, man. You guys are not paying attention to what's going on. 159 countries just dropped the US dollar and ready to pick up the new money system, BRIC. That leaves how many countries left? Pay attention, man. Come on. We have to win. We have to do something here.
Meet the needs of all civilians in Lebanon. But to that end, the U.S. will provide nearly $157 million in additional assistance to the people of Lebanon. For essential needs, food, shelter, water, protection, sanitation, to help those
this
who
is
have
what
been
they do
displaced by the
for
recent
immigrants,
conflict.
not for
This
American
additional support
citizens.
brings total U.S.
I'm not
assistance
racist. Hold on, wait. Let me pause this for
Lebanon
again.
over.
I'm not racist to anything or any extent. Okay, I don't mind you coming to this country, getting registered, getting your green card, and becoming an American citizen the right way, instead of you just walking over the border and getting handed money, getting handed food and shelter for anything, just getting handed everything over, and we don't get a dime here. What country can we go there and just get anything from? No country would do that for us. No country. I think that America is the only one that accept anybody to come in and will give them help. I just don't understand it.
Last year, it's over $385 million. Give it to North Carolina and Georgia. Hundreds of millions of Americans suffering. You're telling us about Lebanon? What about the suffering Americans in our country?
Look at that. That's the
Those
video I
states
put up on
impacted by
Facebook.
Hurricane Helene. What about the people there? Our very own Peter Ducey had an opportunity to ask Colleen Jean-Pierre about this earlier today. She didn't like the question. Peter's 1,000% right. Take a look.
On this issue of funding, the administration has money to send to Lebanon without Congress coming back. But Congress does have to come back to approve money to send to people in North Carolina. Do I have that right?
Here's what I'm going to be very clear about. The president and the vice president has had a robust whole of government response to this.
President Biden is fond of saying, show me your budget and I will tell you what you value. If he's got money for people in Lebanon right now without Congress having to come back, what does it say about his values? There's not enough money right now for
His
people
values,
in North Carolina. That's not misinformation.
Wait, no, that is your whole premise of the question
Pay
is
attention.
misinformation, sir. What you do, yes, it's misinformation.
Joe said everybody's needs are taken care of and they're happy. That's misinformation. No money
Joe
for the
looks
Southeast.
spaced out of there.
Hundreds of
To the
millions
people,
for
hold on,
Lebanon.
wait.
Last week, Biden pledged.
Honestly, Joe looks spaced out of there, man. And what I'm scared of is they saying Joe is incompetent to be president anymore, and Kamala stepping. This is what I'm scared of before Trump can win this thing, because this can happen, right? We're looking at World War III. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. We're looking at World War III, right? Right before November 5th, okay? They can say Joe Biden is incompetent to be president. That means he can't be president anymore. He's so out of it that he has to step down. That means Kamala steps up. And if they declare World War III, that means there's no election. It's over. So that's the way they can push her in office. People is not paying attention about that either. That's the way they can push her in office. Pay attention. Trump can lose that way too.
Another $3 billion, actually it was $8 billion to Ukraine. Each U.S. taxpayer, on top of is sending more than, taxpayers more than $12 billion to Ukraine. On top of the nearly 200 total, Ethiopia gets more than $2 billion. The Taliban gets $1.3 billion. Another $1.3 billion for Yemen. More than $1 billion went to Egypt, Jordan, Nigeria, Somalia, South Sudan.
How much?
I can keep going. The U.S. spent a whopping $18 billion on the anti-American, anti-Semitic UN, along with $850 million for the corrupt WHO that was the propaganda wing for the communist Chinese during COVID, and millions more for the globalist World Economic Forum. But FEMA's out of money, Mayorkas says, and won't have the funds to make it through hurricane season. And, they're totally, completely missing in action. This is insane.
Yes,
the Biden-Harris administration doesn't care. They've abandoned the people in the Southeast in this country.
And we want 4 more years of this. We want
abroad.
4 more years of the Biden-Harris, because I have a video saying that from Joe saying me and her team in cahoots, we're together. Yes, they are. It's Biden-Harris. You think she's not going to continue what Joe's been trying to finish? She's not going to continue it. She's with every law and every legislature that he does. Like, what are you people thinking? Like, it's not going to, like, she's going to change anything. She's lying to you guys. Pay attention.
And the response from them has been callous. It has been incompetent. It has been the worst hurricane response in our history. David Axelrod sees the suffering all over the Southeast, and he views it as a political win for Democrats. You can't make this up. Take a look.
There's a lot of displacement in western North Carolina. Now, Asheville is a blue dot in that area, but there are a lot of Republican voters there. But those voters in Asheville are, they're the kind of voters who figure out a way to vote. They're upscale,
because they're going to vote
kind
for
of
Trump,
liberal voters, and they're probably going to figure out a way to vote. I'm not sure a bunch of these folks who had their homes and lives destroyed elsewhere in western North Carolina in the mountains there are going to be as easy to wrangle for the Trump campaign.
All right, here with more, Louisiana Senator John Kennedy is with us. Well, Joe Biden says everyone's needs have been met, and Joe Biden says everybody's happy. And meanwhile, we know that's a lie. Just like inflation was transitory and the border secure.
We have facts. He's a lie.
Well, Vice President Harris and some members of the media are complaining that people are asking hard questions about the Biden-Harris recovery to Hurricane Helene. They say it's a new conspiracy theory. I'll concede that we need some new conspiracy theories, but it's because all the old ones turned out to be true. Conspiracy theories.
Hey, listen. Everything I used to talk about, people used to look at me crazy. He's weird. He smokes too much. He this, he that. Everything that I was talking about is coming to the light. It's coming to the light. Pay attention. Come on, man. Listen to what he just said. Conspiracy theories are all of them that you said are coming true. Come on. Pay attention, people.
And nothing. Here are the facts. Helene was a monster storm.
Right.
We saw it coming. The federal government had time to prepare.
Correct.
It wasn't prepared.
Correct. The same thing I said about Florida. How's Florida preparing right now? How Florida has prepared. Florida has prepared right now. Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina could have been prepared the same way had the federal government had stepped in. And that's the truth.
We don't have nearly enough soldiers and military helicopters rescuing people.
Listen to what he's saying.
During Katrina, we had 20,000 soldiers and 350 military helicopters. A week after the storm in Appalachia, we had, I think, 7,000 soldiers and maybe 100 helicopters. And you especially need helicopters in a mountainous area. Senators Bud and Tillis are so frustrated, they've asked Vice President Harris and President Biden to put an active duty military leader in charge. But so far, I don't think they've heard anything. Now, in the middle of all of this, the White House, I was just going to say, in the middle of all this, the White House sends a FEMA representative on a national talk show on Sunday to say, stop with the hard questions. It's hurting the morale of the FEMA employees. You can't, even Justice Smollett can't make this stuff up. I mean, most Americans who saw that interview, Sean, thought, cry me a river. That's what we pay you for. Get your ass back to work and do your job. And then,
right. Tell them again, bro.
The Vice President puts out this tweet that she wants to send $157 million to Lebanon. Lebanon is run by Hezbollah. We're at war with Hezbollah. If you give Lebanon money, Hezbollah will take it and use it to buy weapons to try to kill us and Israel.
They're giving money for the war.
And then finally, you can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
Finally, The last couple of days, the vice president goes on some show called Call Her Daddy or Call Your Daddy or
Call
Who's
Your Daddy.
or something. Call me daddy. I
Call
like
me
Who's Your
Daddy.
better. And among other things, she's talking about tampons. You know, the people in Appalachia right now don't give a function about tampons. They need water. They need to get out.
Yes.
I'm sorry. As I'll say it again, you cannot make this stuff up. But everything I just said is factual.
It call me daddy. Howard Stern, who says if you vote for Trump, you're stupid. The ladies of the View that hate Trump. Colbert that hates Trump. Did David Axelrod say the quiet part out loud? Well, maybe the reason is, this might be good for Democrats because Republicans in North Carolina probably won't be able to vote. That should be alarming to everyone.
Well, it is alarming. And you know what's also alarming to me? I guess it's the environment we're in, Sean, but that's the first thing that some people think about are the political ramifications.
Right.
That triggers my gag reflex.
Right.
And I heard Mr. Axelrod. Maybe it's taken out of context, but I don't think we ought to care about the political ramifications right now. I think we ought to care about the Americans in trouble.
Yeah, me too. And we got to get them help. And they've been missing in action. And helping Lebanon over people in North Carolina is unconscionable. Thank you, Senator. When we come back, Governor Ron DeSantis is here with the latest on Hurricane Milton, another Cat 5 headed towards Florida. And he will respond to Kamala Harris's attacks on him. Sarah Carter also on the ground in North Carolina alongside residents. They will tell you the truth about how their lives have been upended and how much help Kamala and Joe gave them. Straight ahead. And this...
Amen. Like I said, first video I ever made, man. And just let me know what you guys think, man. Would you like to see more videos like this, or would you like to see me do something different? I don't know. I was just trying something out. And I think topics like this is more that I can get into. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I would be doing more videos like this, plus different things, different topics. Probably be 21 Vs. I mean, different stuff, man. Not always talking about this type of worldly things because I know that can get tiring, but we have a lot going on. I just want to send blessings out to the people in North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, what's going on. Send my blessings that way, and anything I can do to help, if anything anybody can do to help, just make sure you lend out a helping hand. Look for more videos like this. It's called Talk the Most. I'm not going I don't know what else to call it, but right now it's just called Talk the Most. And I'm your host, Don Vito, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll get better at this as more as I go. It's not always going to be dry. I'm not always going to have my hood on. You know what I mean? I'm just woofing right now. But like I said, you guys have a blessed day, and see you next video.